Show me the way to the next whiskey bar because it's the Alabama Stakes.
Today's video is brought to you by Assiniboia Downs Gaming and Event Center. Be sure to tune into this channel live Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern for Monday Night Lights, hosted by Trust the Profits.
Oh, don't ask why. That's right, the Alabama Stakes 2023. It's going to be run on August 19th. We got 10 horses entered already. We don't know the odds, don't know the positioning yet, but we know it's a G1. It's at Saratoga. It's for the fillies, 10 furlongs on dirt. So these horses better be ready for a long one. That's going to be key when picking the winners here, is picking horses that we've seen success going 9 furlongs, probably at best. So let's jump into it. Let's get to it. 10 horses here to talk about in our full field rundown. Let's start at the top. We've got Wet Paint here. 9 races, 5 wins, so better than 50% of the time, Wet Paint is winning. Winner of the American Oaks, a G1 race by a neck over Sacred Wish and 8 lengths over Gambling Girl, both horses in this race. Second place finish and the 1 mile Monomoy Girl Stakes, losing to Hoosier Philly, who's not in this race. In the Kentucky Oaks, starting at 11th, closing to 4th, 2 lengths back from Pretty Mischievous and Gambling Girl in a pretty thick race there. Definitely not the best performance we've seen from Wet Paint. Wet Paint is a deep closer. You're going to see that a lot in this race. There are a number of deep closers. Wet Paint is the best one. Brad Cox, Flavian Pratt sets up well for 10 furlongs, especially given the fact that we really only have one pace setter in this race. Be curious to see what happens there for Wet Paint. Spoiler alert, probably going to be my top pick. Let's move on. Gambling Girl. We just talked about Gambling Girl a little bit. Last time out, 3rd place finish, 8 whole lengths behind Wet Paint at the American Oaks. 2nd in the Kentucky Oaks, neck and neck with Pretty Mischievous. 2nd place finish in the 9 furlong Gazelle Stakes, losing to Promise Your America by half a length. History of 2nd and 3rd place finishes for this horse, probably based on who we put on this horse, Irad Ortiz, probably Todd Pletcher's top horse in this race, but he's got a number of them that he's got lined up. We'll see. Moving on. One more slide. Defining Purpose. Ken McPeak's horse. 4 wins in 9 attempts. Last time out, winner at the Indiana Oaks, beating Tax. Tax is going to be coming up pretty soon here, beating Tax by 1 1/4 lengths. 7th place finish at the Kentucky Oaks. That was, again, a huge race. Almost all these horses were in the Kentucky Oaks, finishing somewhere. Started just off the pace in 2nd, fading way back to 7th place, 9 lengths back on that one. And this is a stalker. He'll work off the pace a little bit. Winner of the Ashland Stakes, beating Punch Bowl and Julia Shining by 3 1/4 lengths. Defining Purpose, the Ken McPeak horse. Taxed. 2 wins and 3 places. Funny to some people. 2nd at Indiana Oaks, G3 race, 9 furlongs in that one, losing to Defining Purpose. These horses are beating up on each other. Won the Black Eyed Susan over Hoosier Philly by 3 lengths. Pretty impressive win there. 2nd place finish in the Fantasy Stakes, losing to Wet Paint. I mean, that's going to be a common theme. You're going to see a lot of horses losing to Wet Paint. That's going to be a common theme here. Last 3 races under Bejarano. I want to point this out. 2nd, 1st, and 2nd. So the switch up to Raphael has been a pretty prosperous one for Taxed. Better when he stays 2 to 3 lengths off the pace, closes at this distance, and doesn't get too wrapped up too close to the pace, gets tired early, gets taxed, as some might say. SABRA, TUFF. Okay, so 33% in the money performance, and those performances were all at the front of his career, her career. Oh, I'm saying his. I'm sorry, Phillies. I'm very sorry. Wired her first race, but since then has looked more like a deep closer. Recently ran an allowance race going 9 furlongs, but never got past 4th place in that one. Losing to Bustin Bay by 3 lengths. Faced Wet Paint in the Monomoy Girls Stakes at Ellis. Finished 12 lengths off there. So Sabra TUFF, I'm going to say insta-toss. Julia Shining, we're back to Todd Pletcher. Only 4 races for this horse, but 100% in the money. 2 wins, 50% win rate, not bad. Last time out, a 3rd place finish in the G1 Ashland Stakes, going 8.5 furlongs, losing to Defining Purpose. Only 1 length off of Defining Purpose in that race. Winner of the Demisol Stakes. Did I say that right? Probably not. In her second race, going 9 furlongs, beating Affirmative Lady by a neck in that one. Another deep closer in this race. Deep closer who stuck close to the pace in Ashland. Is this a change in strategy? We'll see. We'll see. Ashland stuck pretty close there. Had a pretty good performance to some good against some good horses, but not a first place finish like Pletcher probably wanted. Moving along, Sacred Wish. We finally got there. Sacred Wish, 5 in the money finishes, 3 places in 6 starts. Not too shabby. Second place finish to Wet Paint at American Oaks. Second place finish in an allowance race, but it was the Sunset Louise, who's a respectable horse. So I'll give Sacred Wish a pass in that respect. Did not have a great Black Eyed Susan. Got taken up early. That seemed to affect her rally late in the game. So possibly give her a pass there. That's the only one that she didn't finish in the money on. Second at the Gulfstream Oaks to Affirmative Lady. This is a stalker, so we're seeing a lot of deep closers. This is the first one I can, second one I can talk about in terms of being a stalker. Only one win, but plenty of good races against good horses. Plenty of neck and neck finishes or one length losses. So Sacred Wish, definitely a consideration here. Down on me. Okay, Fireline, 2 wins in 4 races. Do you hear that in the background, by the way? Maybe not. Ran 8.5 furlongs last time out with a lackluster finish at the Delaware Oaks, 6 lengths off the winner there. Previous to that, 2 wins in 1 mile races at Belmont and Aqueduct. But seriously, with this horse, Chad Brown, Javier Castellano, I've got concerns over the distance. Already struggled at 8.5 furlongs. Now we're bumping it up to 10. Fireline, a rabbit? No, I don't know about that either. Fireline, I'm going to say you're a toss. Chocolate gelato. Sounds delicious right now, by the way. I could really use a chocolate gelato. If anyone wants to send me some, have at it. 2 wins in 5 races. Fourth place finish last time out at the Jersey Girl Stakes. 3 lengths behind Street Lady in that one. Looked bad in her only 2-turn race. BC Juveniles finishing 12th place, 14 lengths off of Wonder Wheel in that one. Based on what I've seen, a possible rabbit, but I don't know. 5 races, there's been maybe a couple instances where this horse has really gotten out in the lead early on. Third Todd Pletcher horse. He put Jose on this one. He's got Jose, he's got Luis, he's got Irad. So we'll see what happens with Chocolate Gelato, but I'm not expecting a whole lot unless there's been some amazing things happening since the 5th race at Jersey Girl Stakes. Let's move on to randomized. Here's your pace setter. This is it right here, your pace setter. 2 wins in 4 races for this Chad Brown horse that he's got Yoel Rosario on. Whew, last time out. Wired the Wilton Stakes. Only four horses in that race, and he beat Just Catherine by 1.5 lengths in that one. Struggled at the Acorn, G1, never getting out in the lead like she wanted to, falling back 11 lengths to 6th place behind Pretty Mischievous and Darth Vader. Yeah, I think this is going to be the pace setter in the race. This is the one that's going to possibly stretch out the field and give those late closers some space to move around in. I just don't know who's going to go with her right now. This race has a ton of deep closers. Could be interesting. Is that my last horse? Do I have any more? Nope. Here we are. So the safe pick here is obviously Wet Paint. 10 horses, a lot could happen. I also like Sacred Wish here. I think you might get some value on Sacred Wish because Wet Paint is going to be one of these horses that is going to take a ton of money, even though morning line favorite. What's she going to be? 3-2, 9-5, something like that. Um, yeah, Sacred Wish could end up giving you a pretty good bargain there. After that, I've got Taxed. Tax has really been in the money quite a bit lately. And we're talking about going with a key here. You key on Wet Paint, Sacred Wish falls in there next. Then you got Taxed. And I do like Gambling Girl. The way Gambling Girl's been running lately, I think you can get some good odds there. So that is what I think of the Alabama Stakes. What do you guys think? I hope it's not too loud. I hope you can hear me. I'm having a good time here. I'm enjoying my sudsy brew. And hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know who your surprise is going to be for the Alabama Stakes. Thank you very much. Love you. Bye.